All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful and maybe one of the most dangerous types of motivation out there. We're going to break down how you can take all the negativity, all the doubt that people throw at you, and turn it into pure, unstoppable fuel. Let's get right into it.
So, let me just ask you this straight up. When are you at your absolute most determined? Really think about it. Is it when you feel inspired, when everyone's cheering you on? Or is it something else? Something a little darker?
For a lot of us, this is the real answer. It's that exact moment of humiliation, right? When the world looks at you and says, "You're not good enough," that's when a switch just flips inside. That hurt, it doesn't break you. No, it forges you into something else, something harder, something way more determined than you ever thought you could be. And that's the core of what we're digging into today.
And that brings us to our first idea here, poisonous love. It's a weird phrase, isn't it? But it's this idea that some of the most powerful motivation we ever get comes from the people who are supposed to support us the most.
I mean, you've heard this a million times, right? This advice always comes disguised as, well, as love or care. They say, "I'm just being realistic," or "I just don't want to see you get hurt." But what you actually hear is, "I don't believe in you," and that stings.
And this, right here, is the pivot. This is the moment everything changes. You can either let those words crush you, or you can make a choice, a powerful choice, to use their doubt as a target. You decide, right then and there, that your success will be the only answer they ever get. Your achievement is going to be the last word.
Okay, so you've made the choice, but what does that really cost? This level of drive, this burning need to prove everyone wrong, it doesn't come easy. It demands a price that most people would call, well, they'd call it completely unreasonable, maybe even insane.
And this is where you see that clash between what's logical and what's necessary. I mean, of course, common sense says you need to sleep to function well. But when you are truly desperate, common sense is the first thing that goes out the window. It gets replaced by just one thought, burning in your mind: I will not fail. Period.
And this is where it gets intense. We're not just talking about drinking another Red Bull. This is about fighting your own body's limits with pure, brute force. Keeping a fork handy just to cause enough sharp pain to jolt you back awake. Shoveling raw coffee grounds into your mouth, not even for the caffeine, but for that awful burning feeling in your gut that makes it impossible to fall asleep. That's the reality of this kind of desperation. And here's the consequence. This isn't some motivational meme. This is the real physical damage it can do. 3 separate times the body just gave out. 3 emergency trips to the hospital. This is what it looks like to live right on the edge of what a human being can possibly endure.
Think about that mindset for a second. In the middle of all that physical agony, the biggest fear wasn't about the pain or even about dying. It was about the possibility of dying before the exam. It's this wild mental calculation where the risk of failure becomes so terrifying that the risk of death seems acceptable. And apparently, the success that came after made every second of that torture worth it.
So how do you even maintain that level of intensity? This brings us to a really important strategy. You have to stop hiding your ambition. It's time to declare your dream, to turn that little wish you keep to yourself into a public promise that you just can't back out of.
Now, I know this sounds totally backwards. Like, why would you invite all that pressure? Why risk failing in front of everybody? Because that pressure becomes your best friend. Once everyone is watching, once you've said, "I'm going to do this" out loud, backing down just isn't an option anymore. Their doubt literally builds the walls that force you to stay on the path. So here's how you do it. First, you have to be totally honest with yourself about that one big, scary goal. Then you make it real. You write it down somewhere. You have to look at it every single day. And you don't hide it. You let people see it. And when they laugh or when they roll their eyes, and trust me, they will, you let them. You take it all in. Because every single one of their little smirks is just another log on the fire.
So let's make this real for you, right now. What is it?
What's that one goal you keep locked up inside because you're terrified of what people might say? You're scared they'll tell you you're not smart enough, not talented enough, that you don't have what it takes? Maybe it's time to stop hiding.
Which brings us to the end game, the beautiful final payoff for all of this pain and struggle. The best revenge is, and always will be, just massive, undeniable success.
You know, this is such an interesting way to look at honoring your parents. We're taught that it's about the phone calls, the visits on holidays, but this suggests that at a certain point, what they're really truly waiting for is that acceptance letter, that proof of your success.
Because your success isn't just about you. It becomes their victory too. It's the proof that all their sacrifices paid off. It becomes the story they get to tell their friends for the rest of their lives with so much pride. That achievement is the greatest gift you could ever give them.
And this quote from Walter Bisholt just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't about being mean or petty. It's about that deep, profound satisfaction you get from proving them wrong, from making your success so loud that it completely silences every single person who said you couldn't do it.
So here's the bottom line. Your past mistakes, your failures, none of that matters to the doubters. All they see is what they think your limits are. So your only job is to show them what you can do, starting right now.
We've laid out the mindset, the sacrifice, the whole strategy. The path is there. It goes from being underestimated to becoming absolutely undeniable. The only thing left is for you to walk it. And that's where we'll leave it. This isn't a game anymore. After all this, there's really only one question you need to answer. What will you prove, and to whom?